Namaste, Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. This is Dr. David Frawley, Vamadeva Shastri, and I'm going to speak to you briefly on the nature of consciousness. Consciousness is one of the most misunderstood things, though it is all-pervading and is present in everything. Of course, we as human beings have some degree of consciousness. There is also a consciousness in nature. There is a transcendent consciousness that is in infinite space, that is beyond ultimately all time, space, and karma. And the most amazing thing that we learn from the wonderful teachings of yoga and Vedanta is that our essence or inner being is pure consciousness, pure awareness, pure light, boundless space and energy, but yet beyond any material forms, beyond body and mind, as a pure self-awareness, as Satchit Ananda, or being consciousness bliss. Besides your body and mind, you have an inner being, or true self, or true person, called Atman, self, or Purusha, person, in the Sanskrit language, and in ancient texts like Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and also Yoga Sutras. The purpose of yoga and Vedanta is to know that inner self. And to know that inner self of pure consciousness, we must learn how to move beyond the mind, which is to control the mind in a certain sense of control by a higher awareness, but not a control by will or stress or ego. We have to learn to observe the mind, you could say mindfulness, but we also have to learn to go to a consciousness beyond the mind. Our true inner awareness is beyond all names, forms, and numbers. It is beyond all shapes and sizes. It is beyond the five elements. It is beyond birth and death. It cannot be approached conceptually. It cannot be put into any verbal terms, transcends speech and mind, and yet it is the essence of all things. But that core awareness dwells within our own hearts, and it is our essential inner being beyond waking, dream, and deep sleep, behind waking, dream, and deep sleep, with you at birth, and with you at death, the eternal witness within you at every moment, your true self. And that is what we are all seeking to know, to realize, in which alone is lasting peace and happiness. So all the tools and teachings of yoga and Vedanta are to help us realize who we really are. And who we really are is not a social identity, a physical identity. It is not, say, a mere job that we do or even how we function in the material world. Our true identity is our ability to become one with all of nature, all of humanity, past, present, future, moving into the infinite and eternal. There are many ways to approach this, many techniques, many teachings, many practices, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samani, mantra, meditation, so many things that we can do, but ultimately we just simply need to learn how to turn our minds within, go back to the center of our being, let go of our thoughts, move into the space and the light beyond the mind, and recognize our true eternal essence. The I am all, the everything, the entire universe is within me. And yet that true self is not me or you or anyone else. It is the essence of all, it is beyond all, and yet it is something purely transcendent and yet all-inclusive. So may you, through various processes of yoga, meditation, particularly self-inquiry, come into contact and realize that inner self within you beyond all death, sorrow, and limitation. That is the ultimate goal of human life. That is our true soul purpose and existence, whoever we may be, wherever we may be. Let us all realize that true self, and we can bring true peace and harmony into the world, and yet we can also move beyond any idea of the world at all, being everything, nothing, being all that is, and understanding that there is only one unitary divine being in all. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Hari Om.